What's going on, guys? Mr. Octagonal here. Now today we are back on MLB The Show 19 with the rebuilds. Today we're going to be rebuilding the Tampa Bay Rays, so make sure to let me know who we should rebuild next in the straw poll down below. So the Rays are not a bad team by any stretch. They actually have a legit shot to contend for the playoffs. It's just that they're in the AFC, or the AFC, wow, the AL East, so they can't really compete with the Red Sox and the Yankees. But if they were in pretty much any other division, they'd be a shoo-in for the playoffs. So let's take a look at this roster. Blake Snell, wow. Blake Snell is great, not going anywhere, but outside of that, Charlie Morton, good but old. There are some decent prospects here like Brent Honeywell, a bunch of A potential guys down here, so we could probably use them as trade bait because I don't see them all developing. Brandon McKay, I think he can hit as well. Yeah, wasn't he a first base prospect too? In the bullpen, Diego Castillo, he looks good, but other than that, not great. Emilio Pagan was in the Tigers series, so I guess he has that going for him. Closer, Jose Alvarado, definitely going to stick around for the rest of the rebuild. Very good player. Mike Zunino, I did not realize he was an 87, so since when was he ever that good? 20 home runs, 201. He's a 207 career hitter with his highest average being 251. I'd say an 87 is a little bit generous. G-Man Choi, 68, sorry bud. Joey Wendell, I have no clue who you are. 300 average though, he doesn't look like a very bad player. Third base, Matt Duffy, no, not the answer. Willie Adames, very good prospect. And then Wander Franco, 19 years old. He is apparently the greatest prospect in this farm system, better than guys like David Price and Evan Longoria. Tommy Pham, very good, but he's 31, so we'll see. I think he's quite underrated. Center field, Kevin Kiermaier, same thing, not the youngest, but he's a very good player. And then Avisail Garcia, he's a good hitter, but 2780, meh. Austin Meadows, I think he came in the Chris Archer trade. Looks like a pretty talented prospect. 287 in 59 games is not bad at all. So this is quite a good roster. Definitely one of the top 15, debatably even top 10 in all of baseball. But it still has some work to do. There's no superstars. We got a big trade to start off. Shane McClanahan, Mike Zunino, and Austin Meadows to the divisional rival Blue Jays for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We have plenty of A potential pitchers, so McClanahan, he isn't really a need. Mike Zunino's good, but we can get a better catcher, I feel like. And then Austin Meadows, yeah, A potential, 23 years old, but he's only a 63. By the time this rebuild is in its prime, he's probably going to be in the high 70s, whereas Guerrero might be in the 90s, so I think it's a good deal. Roya, who I don't really see developing, as well as Jake Faria and Brandon Lowe to the Oakland A's for Sean Manaea, 27 years old, but he has A potential. He still has plenty of room to grow, and I think this is a quality trade for our Rays. We're going to be sending Avisail Garcia, as well as Ryan Yarborough and Daniel Robertson. I believe there's actually 2 Daniel Robertsons on our roster, so if we trade another one, that's why. To the Minnesota Twins for Wander Javier, as well as Byron Buxton. Hasn't really fulfilled his potential with the Twins, and we're hoping he will with us. A little bit concerned about his hitting, but hopefully he can improve with that. It was very hard finding Charlie Morton trades, but this is the best one we got. Him, Daniel Robertson, I told you we'd be probably trading him again. And Andrew Velazquez to the Red Sox for Xander Bogaerts. Now, yes, Bogaerts is a free agent in the offseason, but we'll either make sure we pay him his money, or we'll flip him around the deadline for prospects or something else good. Here's a look at the lineup. The top of the lineup is very solid, but then we do have some holes as we move down. I'm actually going to make a quick switch. I'm putting Joey Wendell at DH rather than Willie Adames because I want Adames to get as much playing time as he can get. He was the original DH, and then pretty much very similar versus lefties. This lineup does have a decent bit of lefties, which is interesting, I guess. And then the rotation, Blake Snell, Sean Manaea, Yanni Chirinos, and then these two, I don't know if either of them are going to develop. But bullpen, we got these three who are solid. I think Chaz Rowe is like 30, though. 32, so he's not going to be here long term. But Castillo and Alvarado are good. Might look to flip Rowe around the deadline as well, because I don't see him progressing. So let's see how we do. So I've decided to trade Bogarts and Rowe. I think I can probably get Bogarts back in the offseason if I really wanted to. And the best offer in the trade finder is Michael Fulmer. Get ourselves another really good starting pitcher from my Detroit Tigers, so that sounds like a good deal to me. At the end of the season, we went 80-82, which was not good enough to make the playoffs, and then the Braves beat the Minnesota Twins in the World Series, so I am very curious to see our player stats. Solid year for Joey Wendell. Matt Duffy, alright. Tommy Pham, very good season, and he went up, so I guess that's good. Vladimir Guerrero, I had to assume won Rookie of the Year. G-Man Choi, that's a lot of power, but not part of our future. Willie Adames, not bad. Kevin Kiermaier, not bad. Byron Buxton, nah. Perez, whoop-de-doo. And then the pitching, Blake Snell, 4.33 ERA. That is not good. Michael Fulmer, sub-3. Sean Manaea, not pretty. Chirinos, not pretty. So, it was only Fulmer who was really good in the rotation. Jose Alvarado, not bad. Diego Castillo, not bad. Pagan, pretty good. So, the bullpen wasn't too bad. It's just the starters and the lineup could use some work as well. But we got money. We got plenty of money. Literally, Kevin Kiermaier is the only person making at least $550,000. So, we're going to have a big offseason. Since we have money, I figured we might as well spend the big bucks. And the first player we ended up signing here was Xander Bogaerts, who we traded away for Michael Fulmer. So I guess that move is looking nice now. It seems like he always takes one-year deals. I don't know why. But there are a bunch of other players we offered. Garrett Cole does not want to come, but Yasmani Grandal and Anthony Rendon do. So I guess that's 3, which is not bad. We also signed Paul Goldschmidt, so we can't afford any more free agents, so now it's time to start making some trades. So I don't really want to pay Anthony Rendon $21 million, so him as well as Tyler Cloyd and Jalen Beeks are headed to the Philadelphia Phillies for Aaron Nola, who is about $10 million cheaper, and he is a legit ace for us since Blake Snell wasn't great, and then who knows about Michael Fulmer and Sean Manaea if they will progress. Of the other 3 players we signed, the one we need the least is Xander Bogaerts, since we have Willie Adames. So he's going to go to the Cincinnati Reds for Luis Castillo, another starter for us. I feel like we have too many good starting pitchers. We might have to trade some. As well as Raisel Iglesias should be very good in our bullpen. So our pitching staff went from meh to oh yeah. And our pitching staff just got even more better as we get Garrett Cole. Now, he's not going to stay for too long. I'm not paying him $26.3 mil a year. I'm just not doing it. So we're going to flip him for hopefully something good. And there's our trade and our other trade. We're cool. Our pitching staff does actually improve, even though we're trading Garrett Cole. We are acquiring 3 pitchers from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Felipe Rivera, a phenomenal reliever, closer in the Tigers series, as well as Mitch Keller, who's a really good pitching prospect, and Edgar Santana, who's a nice reliever. So our bullpen is stacked, and our rotation is pretty nice too. And the final player I plan on signing this offseason is right here, Marcell Ozuna. I don't think that's too bad of a contract. It looks like he had a really good year last season, so we'll consider holding on to him. We got quite a big trade here. It's Marcell Ozuna as well as Matthew Laboratory and Shane Baz, both of whom are very good prospects, are going to the Nationals for Juan Soto. He's only an 82, but he's really unhappy. I don't know why he's unhappy, but welcome to Tampa Bay, Juan. Okay, so the game thought it was a smart idea to put Wander Franco on waivers, so I have a very good idea to get him back. So, this has been a glitch ever since the game came out, and there are these certain rookies who teams just have so much value on for whatever reason. Like, I could probably get Nolan Arenado if I just added another few good players. And how did they get Yoan Moncada? Anyway, that's besides the point. So, Thomas Hamilton has a ton of value, and he's only a 50 overall, so I don't really care. And we're also putting in Greg Beavers because of contract reasons, but Wander Franco is back on the team because this game does drugs. We are now in season number 2. I think we got ourselves a legit contender. The lineup is Joey Wendell, Juan Soto, Paul Goldschmidt, who might stick around, might won't. He's on a pretty big deal, obviously. Tommy, what's good, fam? Yasmani Grandal, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Willie Adames, Kevin Kiermaier, and Byron Buxton. And then versus lefties, it's pretty much the same thing, just with a few switches. Like Adames is higher in the lineup, even though he's better versus righties. Doesn't really matter. And then the rotation is going to be Aaron Nola, Blake Snell, Michael Fulmer, Luis Castillo, and Sean Manaea. The game put Yanni Chirinos in the minors, which I'm fine with. He was not great last year, so it makes sense. And then the bullpen will be Felipe Rivero as the closer, Edgar Santana, who's only an 81. I could have sworn he was higher when I traded for him. I guess not. And Jose Alvarado will be the setup guys. Drake Pagan and Diego Castillo are the middle relievers. And Ryan Stanek is the long reliever. I think this team will go 89-73. Hopefully we make the playoffs. Why is Yoan Moncada so expendable? Maybe we should trade for him. Okay, so I just did my first 2 draft picks in Sim the Rest. And the game drafted me a 94 potential outfielder, so welcome aboard, William. We ended up winning 18 more games than I predicted, which is crazy. So, yeah, let's stop simulating. Let's look at these stats real quick. So, Joey Wendell, it looks like he had quite a good season, improving the power. Matt Duffy, Byron Buxton, only had 327 at-bats. Thanks, game. Matt Duffy, solid season. Juan Soto hit 300. Can't go wrong with that. Paul Goldschmidt was good. Tommy Pham was good. Grandal was pretty good. Willie Adames was pretty good. Kiermaier was alright. Whoever this is, Garrett Whitley was not too bad. Juan Lagares at 315 off the bench. And then the starters, Blake Martinez, much better. Aaron Nola, solid. Michael Fulmer, very good. Castillo, very good. Sean Manaea, very good. So all of our pitchers had an ERA of sub 3.45, which is very good. I don't know why you're the closer, but it doesn't really matter. It looks like you had a good year, Edgar. Jose Alvarado, phenomenal. Felipe Vasquez, very solid. So it looks like everyone did really well. No one struggled. I would not be surprised if we win ourselves a World Series. So probably gonna sim to game 1 real quick. See who we play, and it's gonna be our rival, the New York Yankees. This should be fun. And we sweep them, taking on the Twins in the ALDS. And, oh dear, we lose the first 3 games. We win game 4, we win game 5, and we lose. Well, on to next year. The Twins have made 2 straight World Series. I think the world is falling apart from us. Looking at the free agency class, I see Mookie Betts. And I say I want to splurge. That looks nice. And other than that, we really don't have needs. We don't need an outfielder, but I guess I might look to flip Kevin Kiermaier or something. So hopefully we can end up signing Mookie. Might go after Andrew Miller, but other than that, we don't need a starting pitcher. Our rotation was excellent last year. I told y'all I'd do this. Welcome to the squad, Mookie. There's no need for Kevin Kiermaier, and I'm probably going to try to flip Byron Buxton as well. But we're going to get Will Smith and I cannot speak. Braylon Marquez, good pitching prospect, and then Will Smith, very good closer. And maybe this is the black Will Smith we're getting, not the baseball Will Smith. Who knows? I'll take either one. So it turns out Raisel Iglesias was in AAA all year, so I guess we don't really need him. We're sending him and Matt Duffy to the Texas Rangers for Jose Leclerc. Saves us a lot of money, gets us a good reliever. Paul Goldschmidt is very good, but he's not getting younger. So we're sending him, as well as Andrew Moore and Byron Buxton, who we don't really need, to the Cubs for Chris Bryant, who will play first base. He's also coming off a great year. Now, yeah, it is the last year of his deal, but I think we'll win the World Series this year, and even if not, we'll just re-sign him. Our lineup is absolutely terrifying. I did forget about DH, though, so I had to sign Jed Lowry because since we're in the regular season, the game has had this glitch where it's just impossible to trade in the regular season if you're in Season 2 or beyond in your franchise. I don't know why. But other than that, the lineup looks really nice. And then the pitching rotation also looks nice as well. The bullpen is stacked. And then the starting rotation, same as last year, great fivesome. At the end of the season, we win 117 games, which I think is tied for the all-time record set by the Mariners back in 2001. I'm not entirely sure if their number was 117. I think it was. So, let's take a look at the stats. These are probably going to be scary. Joey Wendell, beasted. Juan Soto, very good. Mookie Betts, a little low in the home runs and RBIs, but not bad. Chris Bryant, very good. Tommy Pham, very good. Vlad Jr., very good. Grandal, average is a little bit low. Adames, solid. Jed Lowry, not great. And then in the rotation for the bullpen, both Jose Leclerc and the other guy, I forget his last name. I don't know why. But they're both in AAA just because of reasons. I didn't want them to be in AAA, but yeah. But Blake Snell probably won the Cy Young. Holy cow. 24-2. 2.15 ERA. 257 strikeouts. Someone pinch me, I'm dreaming. Aaron Nola, great. Michael Fulmer, pretty good. Luis Castillo, very solid. Sean Manaea, oh my goodness, this pitching rotation was nuts. If we don't win the World Series, then this game is broken. In the first round, we're playing the Minnesota Twins. We're going to try to get revenge on them from last year, and we're up 2-1, and we get the win. So who will be facing the ALDS? It's the Cleveland Indians. I think we can beat them. It's 2-2. Okay, come on, Sean Manaea. Oh dear, we lost. Don't joke this. Oh my goodness, we lost again. How on earth did we not win the World Series this year? That's absurd. And now I have to go through a whole nother offseason. Great. So now we are going to be trading for DH. Definitely not the best player we could have gotten, but for budget reasons, we have to get him. And he's still a good player, Mike Moustakas, who's coming off a 34 home run season. So definitely not a bad deal by any means. So Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was a free agent. He didn't accept my renewed contract or whatever. It wouldn't let me sign him in spring training because we were broke, and it let me now, so it's sort of a miracle that he's on the roster. But here's a look at the lineup, absolutely filthy. And then we lost Felipe Vasquez in free agency. He just did not want to sign at all, but it's fine since our bullpen is so stacked. Last year we won 117 games. This time we're able to win 118, so good thing we did that. Can I still check stats? I think I can, yes. Mookie Betts hit leadoff, that's fine. Very good year. Tommy Pham went off again. Juan Soto, 356. Chris Bryant was good. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., thank goodness we were able to bring him back. I don't know why you're starting, but, I mean, I guess that's not a terrible year, so good for you. G-Man Choi. Joey Wendell was good. Willie Adames was good. Yasmani Grandal wasn't bad. And then the pitching rotation, oh dear. Blake Snell, another dominant season. Luis Castillo is now a 98. My goodness. Michael Fulmer, pretty solid. Aaron Nola's only a 90. Why is that? Sean Manaea, pretty good. Nola, is he declining? He's only 28. Oh well. And then the bullpen, Edgar, very good season. Alvarado, I bet he's pissed off. He was in AAA, so good to see him play well. Will Smith was good. Castillo was good. Pagan was good. Actually, Castillo, what was his ERA? Was it in the 4s? Yeah, so maybe he wasn't too good. But let's see who we end up playing here in the first round. Hopefully it's not anyone too good. And it's the Yankees. Their ace is Renato Lopez. How the times have changed. So this will be the last year no matter what. We've done so much. Oh dear, we're down 2-1. Okay, 2-2. I'm putting my trust in you, Castillo. Alright, cool. Playing the Oakland A's now in the ALCS. And it's 3-1. 3-2. Okay, come on, Fulmer. Come on. Alright. We win in a deciding Game 7. We're going to play the Phillies in the World Series. I'm a little bit nervous. And 2-2. This is a big game. Come on, Sean. Let's go. 3-2. And we win the World Series. 4-2 over the Philadelphia Phillies. This has definitely been my most stacked team yet. And all three of my rebuilds, those teams have been crazy good. But I think this one has been the best. Why was Moose in AAA? Well, it doesn't matter because we got a ring. Make sure to vote for the next team we rebuild. And as always, have a great day.
I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world, loving plastic. It's fantastic. You can ocean.